Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when you were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee.
So Amalek was always against us. Go to verse 19.
Therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God have given thee rest from all thine enemies.
That's it. Now, let's go to the biblical personality about Haman.
The biblical personality. Esau, the final agony, is unfortunately immortalized. His descendants include the greatest enemies of the Jewish people, the evil Amalek.
The evil what?
Amalek.
The evil Amalek. Haman was an Amalekite, and he was wicked. Read.
Haman and the Roman Empire.
I want you to keep that in mind. Haman and the Roman Empire. I want you to keep that in mind. Where's my bombs? Where are my bombs?
Come on, brothers.
Haman and the Roman Empire. I want you to keep that in mind. Oh, no. We're building a case. You call this anti-Semitism? Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. We call this you're anti-truth. That's the problem. And we got the records that your scholar wrote. Now, let's go to the next one. Remember, Haman was an Amalekite. Haman was an Amalekite. I'll say it again. Haman was an Amalekite, a descendant from Esau, Edom. Oh, we're just getting started. Read.
Bring it out. Amalekites. A tradition prevails that a small number of the Amalekites.
A tradition prevails that a small number of the Amalekites, read,
colonized a part of Greece.
Wait a minute. They colonized a what?
A part of Greece.
They colonized a part of Greece. I'll say it again. That they colonized a part of Greece. Amalek took Greece. Go on.
And were the stock whence the Macedonians.
And the Amalekites were a stock of the what?
Macedonians.
Of the Macedonians. Now, let's go to Maccabees 1:1. So the Amalekites colonized Greece, and they were of the stock of the Macedonians. Haman was the Macedonians.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip.
Alexander, the son of Philip, read.
The Macedonian.
The what? The what?
Macedonian.
Alexander, the son of Philip, was a Macedonian. He was from the same stock of Ammon. Ammon was an Amalekite. Alexander, the son of Philip, was a Macedonian. Read.
Who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
The first over what?
Greece.
But I thought the Amalekites colonized Greece. Alexander colonized Greece. He came the first to rule over Greece. He was a Macedonian, as Ammon was. Can you give me verse 7?
Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants bare rule, everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Read.
So did their sons after them many years.
Read.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evils were multiplied in the earth. When Alexander and his descendants came in rulership and power, the evils multiplied in the earth. That's why it says Ammon, the Amalekite, the evil Amalekite. I will say it again. It said Ammon, the evil Amalekite. And when Alexander and the Greeks came to rulership, evils multiply in the earth. I'm telling you. Now, get me the rise.
In the land of Raum. And
To pull it up. Read.
got it. In the land of Raum and of the Maghreb was a great empire, that of the Ionians or Greeks. King Philip.
King Philip, what?
Was a descendant of Esau.
King Philip was a descendant of Esau. Read.
Son of Isaac.
The son of Isaac. I'll say it again. King Philip was a descendant of Esau, the son of Isaac. Who was Philip? The Macedonian. I'll say it again. Who was Philip? The Macedonian. Now, let's go to Alexander.
Cap, I'll drop the bombs for you, man.
You ready? Let's go to Alexander. So, Ammon, a Macedonian, remember, Amalek colonized Greek. Greece. Philip was a Macedonian. Philip was a descendant of Esau. Let's see his son Isaac, Alexander. Pull it up.
Bring it up. That Alexander was the son of Philip.
Alexander was the son of Philip. Read.
Is a fact. Too evident to be concealed.
It's too evident to be concealed. Read.
His pedigree is stated by the most celebrated genealogists in
So we
this
have to
way.
go into the vote of the Arabs. His records is celebrated by the most celebrated genealogies. Go on.
First, Philip.
Philip, go on.
Hermes.
Hermes, go on. Let's go to the next page. Go on. Come on.
Meet. Rome.
Rome.
I'm going to jump down. Esau.
Wait, no. Go. Keep going. Keep reading.
going?
Keep reading.
Unan.
Read.
Japheth.
Whoever he is, go on.
Ramiah.
Read.
Bicentennium.
Go on.
Theophil.
Keep going.
Rome.
Read.
Alciphar.
Who else?
Eliphaz.
Who's Eliphaz?
Eliphaz.
Eliphaz, who else?
Esau.
Esau, who else?
Isaac.
Isaac, who else?
Abraham.
Alexander was a son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau. Boom. Let's go back. Let's go to Genesis chapter 36. So Alexander was a son of Eliphaz.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son.
Eliphaz, Esau's what?
Son.
Go on.
And she bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Amalek colonized Greece.
Damn.
Philip and Alexander were Amalekites.
Boom.
Now, let's go to Genesis. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Now, one thing I want you to realize. Give me general history of Europe. I want you to realize something. It said Ammon in the Roman Empire, right? Remember that earlier.
Right.
Amalek. This is the evil Amalek in the Roman Empire. I want to show you something, and historically, I want you to keep in mind Amalekites and Rome throughout history and time in a chronology. Bring it up. General history of Europe.
Subjugation of the Latin tribes, 338 BC.
Jump down.
The year 338 BC, in which this important event took place, also witnessed the defeat of the Greek cities at the hands of Philip of Macedonia.
Philip, a Macedonian, the Amalekite. Go on.
153 BC. In the same year, therefore, both the Greeks and the Latins.
In the same year, both the Greeks and who else?
And the Latins.
And the Latins, those that conquer Rome and those that conquer Greece, read.
Saw themselves conquered and fallen under the leadership of a single state.
Read.
The Greeks under that of Macedonia. The Latins under that of Rome.
So you have Amalek and you have Rome conquered Greece and Italy together. Keep that in mind. I want you to pay close attention. Greece and Rome, Amalek and Rome conquered and subjugated Italy and Greece together. Go on.
Then came up John from Gazaret and told Simon, his father, what Syndebius had done. Wherefore Simon called his two eldest sons, Judas and John, and said unto them, I and my brethren and my father's house have ever from our youth unto this day fought against the enemies of Israel. And things have prospered so well in our hands that we have delivered Israel oftentimes. But now I am old, and ye, by God's mercy, are of a sufficient age. Be ye instead of me and my brother, and go and fight for our nation.
So you see in the consecration of John Hyrcanus being put in place of Simon. Go to the last verse now. Go give me verse 23.
Verse 23. And as concerning the rest of the acts of John and his wars and worthy deeds that he did, and the building of the walls which he made, and his doings, behold, these are written in the chronicles of his priesthood, from the time he was made high priest after his father.
So John Hyrcanus, after the Maccabean time period, the Hasmonean dynasty was made high priest. Give me the article, Jewish Encyclopedia.
High priest, prince of the Hasmonean family, born about 175, died 104. He was a wise and just ruler and a skillful warrior. As a young man, he distinguished himself as a general.
That's it. Now Go down. What did John Hyrcanus do?
Forcibly converts the Edomites. Hyrcanus, who had been confirmed by the Romans in the possession of the important seaport of Joppa, subjugated other Syrian towns, such as Beroe, Aleppo. He marched against the fort of Madaba on the banks of the Jordan, which had always been hostile to the Hasmoneans, and conquered it after a 6-month siege. He also conquered the town of Samega, on the Sea of Galilee, of special importance on account of its geographical position.
Jump down to after.
After victoriously ending the war in Samaria, he proceeded to subdue the Edomites.
Read it again? Sorry. He proceeded to subdue the Edomites. Keep going.
Always a menace to the southern parts of his domain.
Always a menace. Go on.
With funds, which he is said to have obtained from David's sepulchre, he hired foreign troops, dismantled Adora and Marisa, the strong places of Edom, and forced the Edomites to accept the Jewish religion and to submit to circumcision.
He forced the Edomites to accept our customs and forced to circumcision. We're reading the beginning. Go on.
This is the first instance of forcible conversion in Jewish history.
Read.
And this Hyrcanus allowed his zeal for the Jewish cause to lead him to take a step which later wrought harm. For to the Edomites belonged the family of the Herodians.
For to the Edomites belonged to the family of the Herodians. He forcibly converted the Edomites to accept the Jewish religion. Oh no, we're not done. We're not done. Just keep going.
Who were to bring about the ruin of the Hasmoneans, the Samaritans who still held their strongly fortified metropolis of Samaria, with a part of Jezreel.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Let's go to Luke chapter 1. So Herod, in the Herodian dynasty, was forcibly converted by John Hyrcanus to accept of our customs, our circumcision, as well as our religion. We're seeing the ascent in terms of the Herodians, Edomites, right? Keep in mind. Let's go to Luke chapter 1, verse 5.
Luke chapter 1, verse 5. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea.
Herod, the king of Judea, read.
A certain priest named Zacharias, of the course of Abiah, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth.
So it's kind of odd. It says Herod, the king of the Judeans. I'll say it again. It says Herod, the king of the Judeans. We just read, Herod was forcibly converted into the Jewish customs, or the customs of our fathers, and forcibly converted to circumcision. Let's go to the prophecy, Jeremiah 36, verse 30. So Herod, the king of Judeans, how was he set up as the king? Remember, he overthrew the Hasmonean dynasty, intermarried with that Hasmonean family lineage, killed them off, killed the sons off, and it succeeded the throne. Esau always ruled that way. He intermarried, and then he succeeded the throne. Then he consumed the identity and hid the records. Jeremiah 36, verse 30.
Jeremiah chapter 36, verse 30. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of Jehoiakim, king of Judah.
Read.
He shall have none to sit upon the throne of David. And his dead body shall be cast out in the day to the heat, and in the night to the frost.
So Jehoiakim will have none to sit on the throne of his father, King David. Get me Matthew chapter 1, verse 11. Matthew chapter 1, verse 11.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 11.
Read.
And Josias begat Jeconias and his brethren.
And Josias begot Jeconias. Jeconias was the son of Jehoiakim. I'll say it again. Jeconias, real quick, just to prove my point.
Chronicles chapter 3, verse 16. And the sons of Jehoiakim, Jeconiah his son.
Jeconiah his son. Now go back. The sons of Jehoiakim, Jeconiah his son. Read.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 11. And Josias begat Jeconias and his brethren, about the time they were carried away to Babylon.
So Jeconiah and his brethren were exiled out of the land that we were carried away to Babylon. After that, there was no kings to reign on the throne. You go into the history, then Zerubbabel, like I said, he served under the Persian Empire, under the 10,000, or the Royal Persian Army. They known as the elites, or what we call in the movie 300, what is it called again? The Immortals. Thank you. The Immortals. Get me Isaiah chapter 7, verse 16.
Isaiah chapter 7, verse 16. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings.
The land that we abhor shall be forsaken of both Judah and Israel, southern kingdom and northern kingdom. So, who is Herod?
Bring it out.
Who is Herod? We have no king but Christ. Herod was not the king of Judea. Herod was placed there in power under the Roman authority. Herod took on the customs and the religion of our fathers.
Right.